What? Look away, Kawara. Looking will only hurt you.
Emergency alert. Emergency alert. We have entered a state of emergency. All students, please evacuate to the gymnasium. Repeat. We have entered.
What is happening? Why is everything red? I don't know. Until we know what's going on, there is nothing to do but follow instructions. What are you spacing out for, Kawara? Come on. No, I don't want to leave MC here alone. Get up. She's gone. That thing is no longer Bird Lover. It can't be. Come.
By the time we arrived, the gym was already crowded with students and teachers. No one seems to know what's going on, though. The gym echoes with whispered speculation.
Hey, did you see the box?
Yeah, you had that too?
Yeah, well, the class rep opened it and I didn't see, but apparently there was like a human arm in it.
Ours had half a leg. It was really gross.
From the snatches of conversation I hear, it sounds like all the print boxes had pieces of a human corpse in them. Were they all pieces of MC, I wonder? Nobody seems particularly concerned, which isn't all that odd. It was grotesque, but it's not like it was a dead bird. Just some primate.
Nanaki, this isn't some idiotic disaster drill, is it?
We're not supposed to have one until next month. Do you suppose it has something to do with that distasteful box? That was definitely Bird Lovers.
Won't someone explain this ridiculous state of affairs already?
Yeah. Someone, tell me what's going on. This is a bad dream, right? Someone wake me up. Someone.
Is everyone here? This is Ichijo Mino, the headmaster.
The headmaster?
It seems we have all gathered together without panic or noise. Excellent. Unfortunately, there has been a natural disaster outside. The school is a designated evacuation site, so please remain here a little longer.
Natural disaster? Nonsense, the weather outside is perfectly clear.
Okusan felt no earthquakes.
It's not like we're near a volcano or anything.
I demand an explanation, headmaster. Just what is going on outside? Does this have something to do with Bird Lover MC? Why have you brought us here? I repeat, there has been a... No, imbecile!
The gymnasium erupts in whispered discussion once more. Well, that changed nothing. I still have no idea what's going on. Are you alright, Kawara?
No, yeah, I am.
This could prove to be a very bad day for us all.
Could prove to be? It already is.
Mr. Nanaki, MC is missing. She must have run off somewhere. Okusan will go look for her.
San, no, she's...
San is an older breed, much closer to pigeons of the human era. Maybe he doesn't understand the concept of death. Trying to explain would only hurt myself.
The headmaster has proven entirely unhelpful. What should we do, Nanaki?
Well, we can't exactly carry on with class.
I agree with San. Let's go get MC.
Calm yourself, Kawara. To relinquish your sanity during a state of emergency is suicide.
I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Sir, we can't just leave her there like that. Maybe I go back to the classroom just once?
Well, the principal did ask us to remain here, but he didn't say we couldn't leave the gym now, did he? I'm coming with you. As president of the student council, I have a responsibility to get to the bottom of this.
Thanks, Sakuya.
Do not flatter yourself. I am not doing this for you. Bird Lover was foolish, loud, and had no manners or sense. But she never deserved anything like this. I swear, by my blood and name as a label, I will find the one who did this. You shall be my assistant. Come, Kawara.
Right.
And so I exited the gymnasium in Sakia's majestic wake. I want to know what happened to MC. Who did that to her? And why? Can the evacuation possibly have nothing to do with her? Why wouldn't the headmaster explain anything? My head was a raging whirlpool of questions and no answers. And I did not know what we would find.
What is this? A wall. A huge grey...
What had been a clear autumn sky is now blocked off by dull grey. It's dark, almost like the sun has already gone down. A dome, rather. We appear to be shut in from above as well.
When did they do this? And how?
I don't think any of us was in full command of his faculties as we came in this way. We can't be certain that it wasn't already here. It does seem most likely that it was put in place while we were all in the gymnasium. Listen to the headmaster, though.
He did say there was a natural disaster. Maybe this is some sort of shield?
A disaster so destructive that there's nothing to be done but hide under an enormous grey blanket and wait.
Maybe they didn't give the headmaster details to avoid causing a panic?
If that were the case, they would be robbing us of our right to know why our very lives are in danger. Is this really a shelter? Is there really a natural disaster?
Either way, we don't know if all this is connected between what happened to MC and all this. Let's go to the classroom and then tell Mr. Naki about the dome thing.
Very well. Looks like the other classes left theirs as well. They're at the teachers' desks.
Is everybody else planning to stay at the gym?
Japan is a country full of fools who have grown lazy through too much peace. I doubt anyone else dared to take it upon themselves to investigate this matter. We're here. The box is still where I left it. Inside is...
I can't. Saki, I'm sorry. Could you...
No matter. What is this madness?
Huh?
There's nothing in here.
That can't be right. We left it right here. It's not like it got up and moved on its own, is it?
Someone came and removed it while everyone was at the gym. This is life, not some third-rate mystery novel. Exactly, Sakuya.
Yuya?
Salutations, Ryota. I see you're babysitting Sakuya. Do not throw my name about like some cheap toy mongrel. How cruel. Well, I can't blame you for being so tense, given the circumstances. I think he'd act like that regardless of the circumstances, Yuya. I am sorry about her. Pains me to think what happened. His expression clouds. It's strange. I've never seen him with any expression other than the carefree cheerfulness before. You've known her for a long time, right?
Yeah. Do you know something about all this, Yuya?
Well, most of this business is still a mystery to me, but I can at least answer the question we face right now. The whereabouts of the corpse, you mean? Yeah, that. As you said, this isn't some third-rate mystery novel. Corpses don't disappear, and we won't have any famous detective show up and find the culprit for us. Anyway, the other infirmary assistants and I gathered her up in the chemistry lab. The chemistry lab?
What for?
Well, for one, we couldn't just leave her scattered throughout the school. It were only for the mental health of the students. Secondly, for the autopsy. As you know, we have two things going on at once here. The only human in the school was cut up and distributed to the rest of the school, and now there's some natural disaster happening. I imagine you're wondering if there isn't a connection between the two.
We are, but we haven't found anything.
What do you know? I told you, this is all a mystery to me too. I suspect that we will have an easier time investigating the murder as long as we're sealed in like this, though. The doctor should be proceeding with the autopsy by now.
The doctor? Why him?
You don't trust him?
Of course not. I don't want to think about what he might do to her. He might even have...
You suspect the doctor?
Yes, everybody knows he's a nutcase. He probably killed her for some crazy experiment.
He is an expert in the field. Who else here could perform the autopsy?
But...
I know where you're coming from, Ryota. He's not exactly the most ethically minded bird around. That's why I asked Professor Nanaki to come too. He should be there by now if you want to go make sure.
Alright, we'll go later.
So MC has been gathered in the chemistry lab, and the doctor and Mr. Nanaki are examining her now. Mr. Nanaki might not be the best witness, but he's better than no one, right? We know where the corpse is then. But why are you here? Me? I'm investigating. Under my own orders, of course. Playing detective mongrel. That, and I have to make sure we didn't miss any pieces. Anyway, what are you two going to do now? Personally, I think the murder and the evacuation are almost certainly connected. I'm inclined to agree. The headmaster's refusal to explain the situation makes me doubt his story in its entirety. Indeed. So Ryota.
Yeah?
I know how you feel. You want to find the one who did this to MC as soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
MC. Gone for a moment, and suddenly she was turned into this. Who did that to her? Find them, and
I'm gonna find the culprit. And I'll...
I've never felt this emotion before, but now I feel nothing else. When I find that bird, My thoughts exactly. Unfortunately, this school is a mess and we won't find anything by chasing after her shadow. We should try to solve both mysteries at once whenever possible. Of course, the wall could just be there because of some natural disaster. That's about all I have to say. We didn't need your advice from the start. Nothing but talk anyway, mongrel.
Thanks, Yuya. We'll do our best to help.
Oh, and one other thing. You might want to talk to One in the maintenance office. Tell him I sent you.
You mean that antisocial cockatiel dandy everybody hates?
Yeah, him. Don't worry, he's a good guy. He'll be able to help you, and you might find something useful in there. Well, that's all it for the talky mongrel. Adieu. He saunters off towards the staircase.
What a dreadfully obnoxious man. Never thought he'd shut up. He gave some good advice, right? We should be grateful. Anyway, I don't think we'll find anything else here.
Indeed. Where should we head next? I doubt we could go amiss by visiting the lab, the maintenance office, or by investigating the wall outside.
Right.
Let's go to the office first. Maybe that One guy will be able to help us. The maintenance office. In other words, the repairman's shop. I doubt we will find anything useful in here.
Yuya said to go right.
I doubt the integrity of his advice.
Jeez, is that anything to say about your own brother? You should be nice to your family.
My family? Do you mock me? That filthy-blooded mongrel is no relation to me.
Whoa, calm down.
I guess his elitism is still running business as usual. We don't have time to waste. We should hurry.
The maintenance room is in the corner of the main building on the ground floor, right? Excuse us.
What is this? This doesn't look very educational.
The handyman pretty much lives here, I think.
A dove? And one more?
Mr. One, hello.
What are you two doing here? Didn't you hear the alarm?
I'm Ryota, and this is Sakuya. We got permission from our teacher to investigate the building.
Didn't you hear the alarm?
No panic, no noise, and no leaving. It's what I do here.
Whoa, somehow he seems really cool.
You mean you're too lazy to go to the gymnasium?
Don't worry about me. You two go ahead and find your class there.
No, we're not.
Do you mean to interfere with us, wretched fool?
Yuya said we should ask you for your help.
Sakazaki Yuya?
Yes, him. We decided to honor his request by coming all the way over here. Do you intend to stop us now?
Sakuya, where the heck are your manners? Sorry, he transferred from overseas and his Japanese isn't too great.
No, he certainly has more bark than I imagine his bite. Very well, come in. What did you say you gentlemen were investigating?
2 things. The murder of bird lover MC and that mysterious wall outside.
You've been here the whole time, right? Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, I got an idea from Mr. Sakazaki.
In other words, you only know what you've heard from that mongrel. Useless.
I know plenty about the school itself, though. My job is to take care of the entire campus.
Maybe you know what the big grey wall outside is then?
Nope.
Useless wretch.
Sakuya, calm down. Oh, I'm not sure there's anything we can learn here right now. Oh, wait. Mr. One, could we use your computer? Maybe we can find out what's going on outside.
Sadly not. Everything's been cut off since this morning.
Even the telephone wires, eh? That is too thorough.
I can't think of any reason why they need to cut communication systems off if there were some sort of stone protection.
This has been a wild goose chase then. A complete waste of time. Let us go, Kawara.
Wait. I have a bright and massive piece of advice for you.
Bright and massive?
You get stuck? Try the headmaster's office. I've been almost everywhere in the school, but never there. You might be able to find something out about the wall if you check in there.
Of course, the headmaster did not speak to us in person in the gym. If he was broadcasting from his office,
then he might still be there.
Asking him certainly seems like the best way to get some solid information. We should try that.
If you need a break later on, feel free to come back here and rest. Anyone Mr. Sakazaki sent is trustworthy. I'll get you some notes. Find anything, you can come write it down. You never know what could happen in a situation like this, and you don't want to forget anything.
Thank you, Miss Rone.
We can come back here later. For now, we should check the lab or the wall. After those two, we can try the headmaster's office. Go to the lab.
Excuse us.
It's always been one of the gloomier parts of school, but today the lab is downright depressing. Hello, Kawara.
Sir, thank you. For being with MC now.
Of course. Sakazaki came and asked me to come right after you two left the gym. He must have gone past us. How unfortunate. The doctor is lining up pieces of MC up on one of the benches. Must you glower at me so, Mr. Kawara?
I'm not glowering at you.
Do you disapprove of my handling her? He gives me an evil smile.
No, that's not it.
I just wish we had a doctor who wasn't this malicious. Are you finding anything, Dr. Iwamine? Not yet, no. I only just finished assembling her. It will take some time. I will send you word when I have finished. Perhaps you have something else to do while you wait. Very well, we shall not interfere. Come, Kawara.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Kawara, a moment please.
Yeah?
Allow me to give you a hint.
A hint?
You suspect me of foul play, do you not? In light of that, I shall leave it up to you whether you decide to believe me or not. Anyway, I think you may have missed something very important. One might say that you have forgotten something. Perhaps you should bear that in mind, You're just a little bit off, but I'm sure you'll find the answer if you keep looking. Isn't it beautiful, Mr. Kawara? The sound of your life crumbling apart around you. I take it does not quite suit your tastes. Very well. He was rather fond of the unusual himself. A pity. He? Well then, you can handle the outside investigation and I, the internal. Good luck, Mr. Kawara.
Right. Thanks, Doctor.
He's definitely enjoying himself. What a psycho. What did he mean when he said I was missing something? Or maybe he was just trying to lead me astray? Better not worry about it for the time being. What were you talking about with Kawara, Doctor? Nothing important. I was just giving him a little emotional support. And encouragement. I see. That's good then. I'm sure you remember not to cause any trouble for my students, Doctor. We step outside once more. The grey dome remains, blocking out the morning sky. Let's go get a closer look at it. We can't see much from over here. Iron, maybe? It's quite firm at any rate.
Maybe it's some sort of shelter. Oh, my phone's out of range. Maybe this wall is blocking the signal.
That seems likely. It sounds thick and dense. Trying to break a hole in it will not be practical.
Maybe there's an emergency exit or something.
We should check. We still don't know whether or not we are completely sealed in, after all.
Right, let's walk around the perimeter. It doesn't look like there are any doors or anything.
Indeed. It appears to be identical all the way around. Do you suppose it's ventilated? I can't say I fancy the prospect of suffocating under this thing without even knowing why it's here.
I'd think an emergency shelter would have some sort of airflow built in, but yeah.
If not, then we're in deep trouble.
What are you looking at?
Up there. Is that some sort of hatchway? Points upwards.
Ah.
He's right. About 20 meters up, there's a joint or something of a different colour.
That does look like it might lead us outside. Let's go look.
I don't see any sort of latch. Can we open it by hand?
Yeah, maybe there's a switch or something somewhere.
It does not seem like we can do anything here now. Let us remember its location and return later.
I don't like to think about it, but there really is such a terrible disaster out there that this is the only option. Maybe it would be better to leave it shut anyway.
Indeed. Let us move on. We still don't know what's going on outside. I've got enough of my mind just thinking about MC, but I'm worried about my family outside too.
I hope my mother's okay.
I suppose we've finished the first stage of the investigation for now.
Yeah, we've got a better idea of the situation, I guess.
The doctor's working in the lab. The grey dome covers the entire school, but for one small hatch. And we can use the maintenance office as a base.
Mr. One did say...
Indeed, suggested we visit the headmaster's office.
Yeah, it's on the first floor. Let's go. Headmaster? Sir?
Are you within? We demand entry.
Rude even to the headmaster? I wonder if the doctor is the only person in the entire school who he actually respects. No reply. Let's go in.
Wait, Sakia, that's... It's locked?
Where is that old geezer?
Maybe he's pretending to be out so we'll go away.
Indeed, he never was the type to walk about the campus. Or perhaps he has locked the door from the inside and plans to stay in there until the siege lets up.
Should we wait around?
We have no time for such frivolities. We shall enter this room if it means reducing the door to a miserable pile of splinters.
It's the headmaster's door. I don't think it'll be easy to break down.
You speak the truth. Let us ask Nanaki if there isn't a key to open it from the outside.
Yeah, we can head back to...
What is it, Kuwara?
I thought I heard something.
I hear nothing. Perhaps you are imagining things.
Like something being dragged across the floor. Listen, there it is again! Behind!
Suddenly, behind us stood a gigantic scarecrow-like creature with a rough, burlap sack for a head.
What in?
The scarecrow man draws closer, dragging its long, ungainly metallic arm behind it.
Sakia, watch out!
Its arm slices through the air, smashing the window into tiny shards which scatter across the hallway floor. We don't know what it is, but apparently it isn't friendly.
Sakia, we have to run!
I'm well aware.
Did we lose it? I think so. Luckily it moved slowly. What was it? Surely no one could devise a prank as bizarre as that. It looked like a biped. It was a humanoid, but I don't think it was a human.
I've never seen a human made of metal and burlap. The murder, the dome, and now this. I know not who is behind these trickeries, but they must have a death wish to mock me so.
For now, we have to go back to the lab. We need to warn Mr. Nanaki.
Oh, welcome back, Kuwara. Shirogane. Would you like some tea?
Is this really the time?
We cannot afford to relax now, Professor. So I take it something happened?
The headmaster... He must have been hiding from the scarecrow. It smashed the window.
Calm yourself, Kuwara. You become incoherent.
Sorry.
We were attacked by a gigantic creature outside the headmaster's office. It was a bizarre thing, like a scarecrow in appearance. Scarecrow?
Yeah. Like the ones humans used to make? It attacked us and we ran back here. It was slow, but its arm was heavy and dangerous.
Are the other students still in the gymnasium? Probably not all of them. If there's something dangerous in here, we should probably tell everybody to stay together in the gym.
Yeah.
The plot thickens indeed. Not only are we trapped under this confounded dome, but now it appears that we must contend with this monstrous new guest.
I wonder what the Scarecrow Man connection is to all this.
A Scarecrow Man, you say?
Doctor?
Fascinating. I've never cut into one of those. I'd love to get my hands on it. Have you finished the autopsy, Doctor? Yes, for now. I was awake here the whole time. Don't worry.
Thank you, Mr. Nanaki.
You two may well have a right to know what I found, given your efforts towards the investigation. I shall try to state simply and briefly what I have learned from the lumps of meat which were once Miss Birdlover. Control yourself, Kuwara.
Falling out amongst ourselves would only do us harm. I know.
Anyway, we lack the tools for proper examination, but the cause of death was asphyxiation. There are no signs of any strangulation or smothering, so she was either poisoned or sick.
She was dismembered after death, then, Doctor?
It would appear so. There is little evidence of bleeding, so we may assume that she was cut up some time after death.
MC was one of the healthiest people I know. She couldn't have become sick that quickly.
Meaning someone poisoned her.
Why?
For the sake of the grotesque, or to make her easier to carry, or for some other reason. Disgusting either way. I suppose I should tell you that the estimated time of death. Obviously, I cannot completely be certain, but I believe Miss Birdlover died yesterday after school. In the evening, then. Precisely. And she was found this morning. In other words, unless she was seen yesterday afternoon, she may have been here all along. Kuwara, her house was near yours, is it not? Did you see her yesterday?
After school? No, I didn't. My mother asked me to run some errands, so I went straight home yesterday.
That's right. I went home alone. It's too late to regret it now, but maybe if I just asked her to walk home with me. I see. Perhaps we should ask other students with whom she was close. You're going out again? Be careful. It sounds like wandering around the school could be dangerous.
Don't worry, we can outrun the scarecrow if it shows up again.
Incidentally, I went home yesterday early too. I left as soon as class ended. So, I only know what Ryota has told me. I wish I had some useful information, but I was in the infirmary right up until I returned home, as usual. I know nothing of what happened to the rest of the school, sadly.
So neither Mr. Naki nor Dr. Iwamine saw MC yesterday afternoon. Oh, right! Could we ask a favor of you, Mr. Nanaki?
A favor?
The headmaster's office is locked. We think he might be hiding in there. If there's a spare key to his door, could we use it?
A spare key? Yes, there should be one in the faculty room. I'll ask the vice principal for you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back soon.
Be careful out there.
You too, sir.
Kuwara is a strange boy. I wonder why he lied about going straight home. We won't be able to talk to the headmaster until we have that key. Let us work on the murder case until then.
Right, we should ask everybody where they were yesterday. The doctor said that he was in the infirmary until he went home. I wonder if we can trust him.
Do not bias yourself with the baseless suspicions, Kuwara.
Yeah, I know. I think maybe you trust him a little too easily though, Sakuya. He's a world authority, but that doesn't make him honest.
You know nothing of what that means. The head of the Labelle family, my father, was once crippled with chronic illness. He was cured by medicines developed by Dr. Iwamine.
He makes medicine?
Save the sleep talk for your dreams. Have you no idea what contributions he's made to the medical world?
I didn't know. I thought he was just some kind of mad scientist cooking up nothing but death and all-around woe.
You have become biased by foolish rumors of the peasantry. Consider yourself. In any case, the Labelle family is indebted to him. A noble bird will never treat a benefactor with disrespect.
So that's why he's so polite to the doctor. Doesn't that make him biased as well, though? Anyway, let's go.
Very well. Go to gymnasium. The students in the gymnasium have grown somewhat restless since the evacuation. Shut up with no explanation. And now, there's a suspicious individual wandering campus. I guess even doves lose their cool eventually.
San? San, where are you?
Okasan is right here, alive and well, so far. Where did you and Sakyu go? Leaving Okasan behind and going outside is not fair. You just confused the issue if we brought you along.
We came back because we had a question for you.
Come at me, whippersnapper.
It's not what I... Look, you usually practice on the ground after school, right?
Of course, it is Okasan's duty as track captain.
Did you see MC while you were out there yesterday?
No, Okasan did not see her then, or as he was going home.
Can we really be sure that he would have noticed her, even if she had been there while he was running?
Good point.
Do not look down on Okasan's visual memory. If you had asked Okasan about the blood-stained interloper he saw, then he would have something to say.
Wait, San, what did you just...
Do not look down on Okasan's visual memory. After that, imbecile. If you had asked Okasan about this blood-stained interloper he saw, then he would have something to say. Okasan saw the interloper go into the infirmary.
The infirmary?
Could that have been MC?
She wouldn't have been stained with blood after she died. She was a bit hyper, but I don't think she'd be walking around after that. It was not MC, it was a bird unknown to Okasan.
So, someone covered in blood was going into the infirmary after school? Who in...
Whoever he is, he's our prime suspect now.
Thanks for telling us, San.
At least we found something. Even if it raises more questions than answers.
Yeah.
Some bird who San doesn't know. Could it have been someone from outside the school?
It's past noon already. Let's hurry onwards.
Mr. One?
You two again? Come in. How goes the investigation? Well, I hope. We went to the headmaster's office as you requested. It was locked, however.
Yeah, we got attacked by this weird thing outside there. I'm glad you're okay, that the office isn't that far from...
Was that thing a muddy scarecrow-like man, perhaps?
Yuya!
So you've seen it too?
Just now, yeah, on the second floor.
Caught a glimpse of it from behind at the end of the corridor, and didn't stick around to let it see me, so alas, I was not blessed with the look on its pretty face.
Howard?
Hey, we ran away too when we saw it. Anyway, it sounds like he's wandering around the building. Maybe it would be better for you to leave, Mr. One.
Don't worry for me, young one. My duties prevent me from leaving this room. You two aren't planning to call up an investigation because of a bad guy or two, are you?
Well, yeah, that's true.
Already stuck in the rut of unacceptable middle age? Don't come crying to us if you get hurt. I've come within touching distance of death in the past. I'll be fine. Wonder what kind of death comes that close to a maintenance worker. Then again, knowing this school, there could be all kinds of evil going on behind the scenes. Well then, what are we standing around for? I believe orders were given for everyone to gather in the gymnasium to avoid the scarecrow. Same goes for you. Why aren't you headed over there?
I can't just sit around.
Indeed. Same here. Hence walking around school. On that note, I'd better go to the lab. Professor Nanaki wanted me there.
What for?
Something you asked him to do.
Oh.
Ah, he wants you to help him keep an eye on Dr. Iwamine. Most likely, yes. The doctor and MC, that is. Anyway, you two go on with your investigation. I'll be watching over her, so don't worry.
Right.
Wait. Yeah? According to the autopsy, Bird Lover died after school yesterday. Did you see her during that time? Yesterday evening, huh? What did the doctor say?
Just that he'd been in the infirmary all day.
I was there too. We were inspecting and cleaning all day, so I can verify the doctor's alibi. I told you not to doubt him without evidence, Kawara.
Ah, right.
At this point, the prime suspect is that scarecrow anyway. That's everything? Well, adieu.
We should head out too. But first, let's write down what we found. Alright, let's go.
And so we walked about the school, searching for clues of MC and the mysterious blood-stained stranger. We were lucky enough to avoid encountering the scarecrow, but we didn't find any information either.
Where to now?
Minaki has probably gotten the key for us by now. Let us return to the lab.
Okay.
Huh? What is it?
Did you say something just now?
I did not. Could it be that confounded scarecrow again?
No, it's not him. I thought I heard somebody say something.
Don't scare me like that. Though we've been walking around the school half the day, it's hardly surprising that your mind would be playing tricks on you.
This is
A library.
What if there's somebody in here? They might not have heard the alarm. Let's check.
Very well. Far removed from the emergency throughout the rest of the school, the library is the same as always. Empty. It's a little gloomier than usual.
I guess there's no one here.
Pull yourself together, Kawara. I have no use for subordinates who lose hold of their sanity. Since when am I your subordinate?
Sorry, Sakia. Let's head back to the lab.
Something bad happened. I should have known what would happen after this. If it hadn't been for me, none of it would have happened at all. What was I trying to do here? What did I see? Why can't I remember? I can't hear. What are you saying? You're fading away. It's too far. Miss Bird Lover.
Mr. Nanaki.
Welcome back. Have you found anything interesting? Yet another suspicious individual. But we should speak with the headmaster first. Have you gotten the key? Yes, I have it right here.
Thank you, sir.
Well, let's go have a look, shall we? The doctor and I will stay here. Be careful. Adieu. Clear left. Clear right.
Good. Doesn't look like the scarecrow is here.
That's good. If I had to fly away from something, I'm afraid that I might panic and hit the ceiling. All right. Whale reflex when startled is to fly straight up. We should hear it dragging its arm when it moves, so we'll have plenty of time to get away. Let's go in. Right, let's see. The headmaster who gathered us all in the gym without any real explanation. How many of our questions will he be able to answer?
Excuse us. Maybe he's not here?
That or hiding. There's somebody at the desk. He's sitting with his back to us, but his feathers are the unmistakable green of a knickerbocker. Speak to us, headmaster. Have you gone deaf?
Sakia, be polite. Japan is the country of courtesy after all.
Is it his fault or mine that we had to come here?
Headmaster, will you... This... Sakia?
The thing here is no longer the headmaster. His half-closed eyes are dull and cloudy. The skin showing beneath his feathers are pallid,
What madness? Them too?